strive just to stay alive. That simple means it. Nobody can hold me man. Nobody can drain my energy. Nobody can hold me sick. I will not allow negativity. Nobody can hold me man. Nobody can drain my energy. Nobody can. Nobody can. Everybody show me some strength. No weakness. Show me a lion. Strength. No weakness. Show them who we are. Strength. No weakness. Show me a lion. Everybody strength. No weakness. Show them who we are. Not when you're old. Your enemies, they must tremble. Your enemies, they must tremble. Yo, and when you're old, everything has to humble. Everything has to humble. I'm a go.
Welcome to TD Bank, where you'll find the personalized attention you deserve and the legendary experience you expect. Let's do business. If you are a medical or dental practitioner, contact me to hear about our tailored lending solutions for residential mortgages, equipment purchases, practice-related commercial mortgages and refinance. Visit me at 500 Baychester Avenue to hear more about our full range of personal and small business banking solutions. See you soon.
Yes, yes. Welcome to the ride, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the live. Welcome to the ride. Buckle up your seatbelt because it will be a bumpy one.
You gotta be strong in this time, son. I'm a survivor.
Yeah. How you doing, riders? Hope everybody's doing well today on this beautiful, sunny, bright, freaking hot. I don't know why I'm in a jacket. It's kind of Tuesday. See, I'm just trying to look good for you guys. You know what I mean? But it's hot. It is hot. Freaking hot. Look at the AC. It's very hot here. In fact, I just came from an event, right? And it was required that I wear this, right? But I'm sitting there and you know, the person I was meeting with in their office, they even refused to put on their AC. So I've been burning up for the whole day, and then I came here and then I had to prepare and then rush, and here I am sitting in the car and it's hot. Hot. Anyway, guys, not so much about me. It's all about you guys. It's all about Harold Joseph. Welcome to the ride. How you doing? You first up. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to the ride. Natasha Charles, how you doing? Listen, no selfishness today. No selfishness today. We want everybody to click that like button or click that share button. Share it on a page. Share it in a group. In fact, I'm going to challenge you guys. I want you guys to share this on a page that you never shared it on before. Yeah, get some your new friends, because this story here is unique. It's special. It's one of a kind. It is amazing. It's so amazing. It's beautiful. It's all of the good stuff. All of the good stuff that make life. Yeah, we have a young lady, and she is joining us right now from very unique circumstance, right? She is all the way in South Africa. Yeah, the motherland. She's all the way in South Africa. And you see her? You see her? Beautiful model from South Africa. There she goes. You see her? Confident model from South Africa. But she will tell you about her journey. Her journeys. Nelly Zuma is with us, and she's going to be chatting with us for the whole hour. Yes, yes, yes. And I'm very excited to introduce this lovely, beautiful princess, queen. She's joining us here today. Nelly is here with us, guys. And before I bring on Nelly, Wendy Ann, how you doing? I want everybody to hit that like button. Everybody just press that like button, just like this. Right? And if ever you see there is a star button, because Facebook just give us the ability to get stars. So you guys could give us some stars, right? So just press that star, give us some stars or something like that. I ain't really understand the stars thing too much yet. So if you see it, just press it. Let me know that it's working. Something to do with support, financial support. So give us some stars if you see the stars, right? Um, and also, before I bring on Nelly, beautiful Nelly, I want everybody here who have not yet become a supporter of Ride Along. Yeah, you know you got the supporter badge. I encourage you to do that after the show. Become a supporter. It's just $4.99 or something like that. Less than the cost of coffee. $4.99 a month, and you're a supporter of Ride Along. So we can continue to do this more often and continue to help people. Enough said from me. Hey, Garden Boney just became a supporter. Garden Boney Julian, thank you so much for being a supporter. Wendy Ann is always a supporter, always supporting. Garden Boney became a supporter yesterday. And my friend, I salute you. Thank you so much. All right. This hour is not about me, by the way. It is about who? My South African queen, Nelly. Let me unmute you. Hold on, Nelly. Yeah,
Hello.
Nelly.
Hello.
How are you?
I am good. I am feeling
No, Nelly. Let's start it again. You're not good. You're amazing. It's amazing. So amazing. You hear me?
pardon?
You hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm saying you're not good. You are amazing. So amazing. That's what you are.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Right. Good.
I
Nelly,
do.
go ahead. Finish your thought. What you were saying? Are you hearing me, Nelly? Or there's a delay?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay. Perfect. Nelly, as I was saying, it's not about me. It's about you. It's about you. The whole hour is about you. I want to learn about Nelly. I want to understand Nelly's story because you went through a lot of struggles to build the confidence to be where you are right now, right? Before we do that, tell us about Nelly. Tell us about South Africa and how is it in South Africa today?
Okay. Currently it's 12 o'clock midnight.
Yeah.
But I'm looking beautiful. I
Yes.
mean, who looks like this at midnight? This is. I'm probably the only one in South Africa who is looking zhuzhed up at this time of the hour. But anyways,
I believe you. No, I believe you. Everybody else is asleep, Nelly. Everybody else is in their bed.
You know, and
hi guys, we lost connection with Nelly, but we'll get it back. So bear with us. We go chat back with Nelly. Nelly just lost connection. But listen, let me show you something. Right? Nelly is a model, and she would share her story of being a model. But here she is. She's back.
You gotta be firm in this time.
Nelly, are you back with us?
okay, I'm back.
Okay. You got me scared there for a second. I said Nelly just left. I said, what did I say? I thought I said something bad.
I think I'm having problems with the connections here.
Okay. But are you hearing me good? You hear me good right now, right?
I can hear you now.
Okay. All right. Nelly, listen, tell us about yourself and tell us about South Africa.
South Africa, specifically, not Africa.
Right.
South Africa is it's a beautiful country.
Mm-hmm.
It's diverse. It's very welcoming. We have our own issues like any other countries, but it is a place to be. And we love Jesus in South Africa. We love God, and South Africa has a lot of people with different stories. Most of them are sad stories, but in some ways we are always able to change those sad stories to beautiful stories, and that's what makes it.
What are some of the sad stories you're talking about from South Africa?
Why?
What are some of the sad stories from South Africa that you're talking about?
Like the struggle that most people go through every day in South Africa. We're still a world developing country, and there's a whole lot of people who are having it hard with the employment and a whole lot of things. Like, I mean, you know that the whole issue of unemployment just it affects a lot of people in different ways. So that on its own, it's very sad, and but we are always able to change those stories to beautiful stories, and that's what makes us strong.
Yeah.
I mean, we are known to be very strong.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, when
Yeah,
there are a lot of misconceptions, and I know we're not. This is not a history lesson on South Africa, but I think it's good because not every day we have someone from South Africa on the ride, right? And it's important. But there are a lot of stereotypical ideas about South Africa. People think about South Africa, and they think everybody in South Africa, or Africa for that matter, people think like Africa is like one big country. No, it's a continent. So there are many different countries in South Africa, right? Sorry, not
yeah,
in South Africa, in Africa. South Africa happened to be one of the countries in the on the continent.
yeah.
There have been a lot of stereotypes, and I want you to debunk some of the stereotypes. People think, and in this day and age, people still think that, you know, people in Africa all live in huts and trees and all of these things. I want you to debunk some of this stuff because that's a misconception that is still happening in 2021.
So people still think that we live in a jungle, basically.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Oh wow,
yeah.
uh, that is funny. So do I look like I live in a jungle?
No, you don't. Because I haven't been there, but I've seen many. I did a virtual tour. I have this Oculus, and I did a virtual tour of South Africa. Beautiful houses, tall skyscrapers, and South Africa is the place.
It is. I mean, I'm still fazed by that misconception about South Africa because, like in this day and age, it's very shocking to hear that there are people who still think that we live in the jungle. Yet we have the internet. You can just Google South Africa and you will see a whole lot of beautiful places. I mean, not just South Africa, Africa as a whole. You go to Zimbabwe, you go to Kenya, you go to Mozambique, like literally all those African countries, including South Africa. There's a beautiful side of every continent and every country and every city. There'll
Right.
always be that beautiful part of that city or the town or that country. It's just that people only look at one side of South Africa.
Yeah, yeah. Before we tell your story, again, I want to understand from your perspective, your place, your country. Promote your place a bit. What is the political climate like in South Africa now?
Firstly, I'd like to make it very clear on this show that I'm not very political minded.
Right.
Why? Because I take things very personal.
Right.
I know once I get into politics, I know that I will take things to heart.
Right.
And because that's how God created me. I'm very personal. Even with the previous career that I chosen was to be a social worker or psychologist, and within 6 months of being in that career, I dropped out because I knew that this is not for me. It's
Right.
too much. Going back to your question, the political status in South Africa it's very shaky. There's a lot of dodgy and scary things that are happening, and it just makes you wonder if there'll ever be a president or a political party to trust. At this point, being Nelly Zuma and standing here in front of everyone, sitting here, I would proudly say that there's no political party in South Africa that I am behind. even the one that I used to love and vote for has really disappointed me, and like big time. So it's very shaky. You don't know which party to trust and why should you trust it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one last thing we want to find out about, COVID-19 is a pandemic that's affecting everybody. Again, all of this stuff is that have nothing to do with your story, but we don't have a South African on the program on a regular basis. So I just want to dive in. How is the COVID-19 situation been handled over there?
Oh, we've been handling it very good, I must say. At first, you could see that people were not buying it. They just didn't believe in the whole thing of flu taking lives. But as soon as it started happening, it started hitting home. And you see a lot of people wearing their mask now. And we still get a lot of increasing numbers of people dying every day in different cities. Like you would hear on television that the Western Cape has lost thousands of people, and then Eastern Cape, and then KwaZulu-Natal. But yeah, I believe that as a country, we are very much aware of what's happening,
right?
And we are taking precautions.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we understand your area. By the way, we had planned to come to South Africa last year, right before the pandemic. But I promise you, that's a place that's on my bucket list within the next year or so. Absolutely necessary. All right. Okay, so let's get into your unique story right now. We showed some pictures earlier of this gorgeous model, Nelly. That's her right there. She's a model, and someone posted and said, what's wrong with her stomach? Like, what happened? Why is her stomach like that? I know you get this all the time, and you have to answer this question because people always look at you and want to find out. And you're so visible because you're a model. What happened?
I was involved in a car accident in 2016.
Right.
It was a Friday night. After work, we had a few drinks because Nelly Siwe and her friends were celebrating what was going to be a big break to her life, because I got a job offer in California, so I was very much excited about the offer. So I decided to tell my friends, and then we decided to go party. So on our way to my place, we were already intoxicated, and that's when the accident happened. So my friend and I were driving home, and he must have lost control and didn't see where he was going, and then he hit the bridge, and that's when the accident happened. Then I woke up 3 weeks later with.
So in one of the videos that you did, I was looking at it, and you said that he literally like fell asleep at the wheel, and at that point in time you nudged him when you realized that he was falling asleep, but by that time it was too late, and you rammed into like a brick wall.
Yeah, like a bridge wall.
Right. Tell us about that impact, and at that point in time, what do you remember of that impact at that time? What's the last image that you have in your head about the incident?
The last image I have was poking my friend, making him aware of what was about to happen, because I could see that he wasn't driving straight on the road, and when I poked him to make him aware of what was happening, I can't remember if he looked back at me, but what I remember is that he woke up, and then that's when the incident happened. And then after that, I woke up in the hospital.
Yeah, hold on one second. Are you hearing me? Are you hearing me, Nelly?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, my system just kind of acting up a little bit. It just kind of crashed, not crash, but about to crash. So stand by 1 second, guys. You're watching Ride Along live, and we're talking here with Nelly. Nelly is, as we explained earlier, is from South Africa. Right, she's joining us right now. It's 12 midnight where she is at the moment. Although it's bright outside here, it's midnight where she is, but she's still looking fabulous. Now, she's an aspiring model, right? She was an aspiring model at the time. She got into an accident, and it basically almost crippled her, killed a few of her friends. She's going to tell you the dramatic and traumatic experience that happened shortly after the accident. Tell us about. So you spent some time in the hospital, and you later found out that a few of your friends died in the incident. Talk to us
No,
about
one of them. One of them. Yeah.
one. Tell us about when you found out about what the reality was after the accident. Who explained to you? Who told you? And how did you feel about that? About what the incident, what happened, transpired?
So what happened is, just after the accident, they drove me straight to the hospital, and I was admitted same time. Then I woke up 3 weeks later, and my body was just covered with, not my body, but my stomach section was covered in plastic. I had this bag on my right side of my stomach, and I could feel back pains, head pains. And then a few months later, because I was hospitalized for almost 3 months, and every day I will ask about Nkonzo, which is that friend of mine who died in an accident. Every day I will ask about him. Where is he? Where is he? And it was as if they all had the same story to tell me. And every day they would tell me the same story. He's admitted to Eddington Hospital. He's okay. Just concentrate on your healing. But then they could see that I was very persistent, and I could see that something was wrong. They weren't telling me the truth. To be honest, I do not remember, till this day, I don't remember who told me about his passing.
Right.
Because at that point in time, I myself was not in a good mental state. I cannot remember everything, but I know that someone told me that he was no longer. How I took it, I don't know. And that's actually something that
I used to cry.
I'm still dealing with.
Her friend.
I'm still dealing with it right now. I don't usually talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I know that, I mean, reliving the moments, even talking about it, seeing the videos, and just going back to there, and I understand how traumatic it is, even up to a day like today. And I'm sorry that I have to bring you back down to this. You want us to take a break? Let's take a quick break. Sorry I had to bring you there. Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back. You're watching Ride Along live. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back.
Feeling hungry, grab a snack. Caribbean food delight. Jamaican patties, light and flaky. Caribbean food delight. Taste the difference. Caribbean food delight. Grab a patty, take a bite. Caribbean food delight. Quick and easy, grab a patty, take a bite. Caribbean food delight. Oh yeah.
Hi guys, so we're talking here with Nelly. Again, Nelly, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I had
It's,
to bring you back there.
it's
Um,
cool.
yeah. So, guys, we're talking with Nelly, and Nelly is a model from South Africa. Um, she met in a terrible accident, and that basically, I'll show you some of the pictures. I don't know why my system is acting up today, really, really bad. Up the pictures because it's acting up. Um, Nelly, let's talk about your aspiration to be a model. Soften up the mood a little bit. Why did you choose to attempt to get into that field?
I didn't choose it. It chose me
Right.
personally. uh, Growing up, I grew up in rural areas. Um, I grew up with my grandfather and my grandmother, and living on the farm was like you feel limited to a lot of things. You're not exposed to what's happening out there. So I decided that I wanted to be different and do something that most people from rural areas are not exposed to. And I mean, that's when I started loving the camera. So it's something that I started at a very young age. In primary school, I would I will be taking pictures. So at that at that time, we didn't have what we call now photographers. We had cameramen, and we used to have a cameraman who walks, like who's roaming around um, our neighborhood asking who wants to take pictures. So if there was never a day where I wasn't taking a picture, and it got to a point that I needed to be beaten up because I started owing a lot of money to those cameramen. I couldn't pay them, yet I wanted to take pictures all the time. So that's where my love for modeling started. At a very young age, a girl from rural area who wanted to do extraordinary thing, and yeah.
Yeah. And how far did you reach before the accident? Before the accident, where how far did you were you did you reach in the field? Any
Did I
magazine?
reach?
Yeah, any magazine, any commercial, infomercial?
Uh, Surprisingly, not. If I were to be honest, you know, the beautiful side of my story is that God took what was meant to harm me, and He turned it for my good and for the good of others. And I'm saying this because before the accident, um, not so many people knew that I was into modeling. But it's only after the accident that it started booming. And I was the talk of Pietermaritzburg and Durban. And, I started getting more people wanted to share my story, who wanted me to dress up for their garments, who wanted me to be an ambassador for their bags. And it was only after the accident. So that's the beautiful side of my story. It was meant to harm me, but it actually was very good for me.
Yeah, because I saw, I mean, our producer Lynn discovered your video from a video that that been circulating on Facebook with over 3 million views. So obviously, it got out there. You are a face. You're a notable figure, right? Um, and I want to go back there, right? But I kind of don't because I don't want to see you cry. I don't want to see you sad. You know,
I'll try and be stronger.
yeah, because I wanted to. I would have liked to just shift it and talk about that moment before, but I think we have to touch it. I think it's essential that we touch it, right? Let's go back
Yeah.
to post accident. You got up in the emergency room and you looked down at yourself. What did you see?
I saw a body that didn't feel like mine or looked like mine. I saw a stomach that was covered in plastics and a bag on my stomach. It was very confusing. But in one word, I'll say a body that didn't feel like mine. In few words, I mean.
You mentioned that your whole stomach was just left wide open, it's just gaping.
So at first it was covered in plastic, and few weeks later, I started seeing a gaping hole and a whole of or a lot of other things that was happening, and it was then that I started suffered from depression, because I don't think any living human being should see what I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did you have to? How long did you stay in the hospital enjoying just the emotional aspect of now seeing the changes in your body? Because now, I mean, your aspiration was to be a model. Now you're sitting there, your stomach is wide open. For one, you don't know if you'll live or die. Um,
Mm.
uh,
So I was in the hospital for almost 3 months,
uh,
because for a month and 2 weeks I was in the ICU, and then I was moved to high care, and then I was moved to the ordinary pill ward. So I was there for almost 3 months
and
because I had multiple operations and surgeries that I needed to go through.
let's talk about the depression aspect of it. As Andrea is also asking about that psychological process that you will go through, the depression.
Yeah.
Did you get counseling to try to help you deal with the reality of your new life?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
How did you cope?
God, he's so I want to be very realistic. At first, I knew that God had my back. I needed to go back to a place where it was just me and God. And it was in that place and space that I realized that had it not been for Him, I would have died in that accident. But through His love, mercy, and grace, He saved my life, and I was very grateful. And I told myself that I don't need a psychologist, I don't need a shrink, I don't need a professional to talk to. But it didn't help having that mentality. It doesn't mean that just because you're a Christian and you're a Jesus believer, you don't have to seek help other than just God or Jesus Himself. And 5 years later, I'm still struggling with coping with the after effect of the accident. As you have seen, I can't even talk about the death of Nkonzo, and it's actually what triggered me to step up and start seeing a psychologist was what I discovered a few weeks ago, that I had a head injury and it's affected my memory, and that I'm what they call a sympathetic employee. I mean, I don't even know what that means. I tried to Google it. So if I were to be hired, it means that I'll be hired under sympathetic employer. So it didn't sit well with me knowing that I went to primary school. I did well in primary. I did well in high school. I did well in varsity. I worked for departments. I worked for big digital companies in South Africa, and now I'm told that I will never be able to grasp information, that I'm forgetful, and that my mind can't take in everything at once. It was really devastating hearing that, and I didn't take it well. And that's when I decided that I'm going to start seeking help and see a psychologist. It's only now 5 years later, but I'm thanking God that 5 years later I haven't committed suicide. I haven't gone that far. Yes, I've thought about it, but I've never gone to a point that I'm actually doing it.
How what kind of support you got from family through this whole ordeal?
Just general support, like family members being there for me, especially my mother. She's been my pillar of strength. My aunt, she's been there for me since the accident. But they've been like me. They were very in denial with my depression and dealing with what had happened to me. They didn't believe that I would go through depression. Maybe it's because I've always been hiding behind the smile and the photo shoots, and but the thing is, even on social media, I don't hide about my emotions and my feelings, and it's what I'm known for, to be very authentic on social media. I write what I feel, and I know that my family knows that I have my days with my body. There are days where I feel like this is not my body. It doesn't look like my body. It doesn't feel like my body. And there are days where I would feel like I was born with this body. So I don't hide my emotions. I don't hide how I'm feeling. So in terms of how my family is supporting me, I'd say that they only support me when how can I explain this? It's never been a matter of someone coming to me and say, "Can I help you with this?" It's always been me initiating and stepping forward and saying, "I'm struggling. Can I be helped?"
Right.
I don't know whether it's an African thing. I mean, we are known for African people are known for hiding their true emotions and not fully understanding what depression is. And I understand that they're not aware of these things. Even when I had a colostomy bag, it was a huge issue that I used to cry about it. They would even say things like, you should be grateful that you didn't lose a limb or a leg, and you didn't lose an eye, and I would think to myself, but this is my pain. This is what I'm feeling. Just allow me to go through this process. I want to cry right now because I've never been to this state. I've never lost a friend. I've never had a stomach like this. I've never had a backbone broken, and they just didn't understand anything. They were not even aware of what was a colostomy bag is. I had to deal with that all by myself and go through on YouTube, and like to a point that I even watched TLC. I would really say big ups to anyone who decided to broadcast TLC, because honestly, that show became my drug addiction. I was very obsessed with whatever was playing on TLC, because I felt more like I was introduced to people who looked like me, who were different and who were embracing their different selves, and yeah, that's about it.
Let me bring it to what transpired in that picture right here. When we take a look at it, what happened was, what happened is, what happened was, um, because of your stomach had that gaping opening, they had to do a skin graft, right? Explain the procedure. They had to skin graft your leg and take the skin from your leg and put it onto your stomach.
Yes, they had to do that. So what happened is, because I had an infection. Okay, so what happened is my intestine burst, and I had an infection all around my abdomen. So they needed to cut my stomach open, and every after 2 days, I'll go to theater, and they will clean out the infection for a month, not even almost, for a month. They were cleaning out the infection out of my abdomen. And so with that gaping hole, they couldn't just leave it open. So they decided that they will take the skin out of my thigh, which was my left thigh, and they placed it on my abdomen. I mean, if you've seen in pictures, my stomach looks different now. It was that, and then now it's a straight line.
It's like
So
this.
I had 2 operations on my stomach. I had the one where they took the skin of my thigh and they put on my stomach, that one. And then I had the second operation, which they call post-ventral hernia. And now it looks like a straight line operation.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I'm watching these pictures here, and someone just messaged me and they said, don't show the pictures because they want to cry themselves. They just by looking at it. Tell me, strength in numbers. I always believe in strength in numbers, right? When you feel like you're alone, coming together and being a part of a group or organization, the way you see other people similar that have not disabilities but abilities, extra abilities, they just look a little bit different in some cases. Um, what was your rescue, or did you have a rescue to be a part of organization,
Okay.
to merge and coordinate and collaborate with other people that may look a little bit different?
Different.
Yeah.
So Madam Blogger was born in that way. That is why I started Madam Blogger, to actually have a community of people like me. So I was expecting that by creating this page and posting professional pictures that are challenging the whole narrative around beauty, would get I was expecting that I would get a huge number of people who will be interested in partnering with me or share their stories, um, and want to be part of this change of changing the narrative around beauty, especially in South Africa. But I didn't get a huge number of people, especially in South Africa. I surprisingly, I would say that I got a whole lot of people from America, Europe, that were very much interested in my story and wanting me to share my story. But here in South Africa, no, I've, I've never been part of any organization. In fact, the only organization that I started was the organization that talks about that on not it actually doesn't talks about anything. It touches on stories of women and men who are sexually abused. Why? It's because I thought that when I started that page, I thought that I'm done sharing my story of my accident, because I was tired of crying every time I talk about it. So I wanted to talk about something different and a
Right.
different issue, a different problem that is out there, and most people are not talking about it.
Yeah.
But and but I'm still getting a lot of people, especially on Facebook. I didn't know that I have a huge following of people who are writing to me on Facebook, and they asking me questions about their scars and what they can apply. So I get questions like that: what can I apply on my scar to look like yours? And in that way I can help with. I mean, there's a lot of people who are still very in denial with their scars, because when you are hospitalized, you are told that in a few years all of this will be gone, and that's a lie. But I was very lucky that when I was hospitalized, I had a doctor, Dr. Chris. He was very frank and he was very truthful with me in terms of my scars. And he told me that my scars are not going anywhere. And the old me will never come back. I just need to let that sink in. In fact, if I use any product on these scars, they will just make it lighter and soft, but it will never make it disappear. So most people with scars, they struggle accepting that they will forever have these scars, unless, of course, you do what they call what is this?
Plastic surgery.
Yes, if you do plastic surgery, which a lot of people have suggested that I should do plastic surgery, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do. I don't want to do plastic surgery. Do I wake up one day and feel that and wish that all of these scars were never here? No, not anymore. Before, yes, I used to wake up and just feel and wish that none of this ever happened. But now I don't wake up and feel like that. I dance, I hike, I camp, I do gardening. I'm a farmer. I would like to believe that I'm a farmer because I've got a farm at home. I do just about anything that every and any other normal person do, but it's after doing those things that I have, like a little bit of pain, and I have to take medication and take it easy on myself. It's only then that I notice that I'm different from other people. But most people suffer from reality, and the reality is you'll forever have those scars unless you do plastic surgery. But that's not an option for me. I'm not choosing, and I will never choose to have a plastic surgery, because this is a reminder for me how good God was to me.
Right. Right. Bouncing back now in your modeling career, because I was telling you earlier that when I first saw your picture, I was like, wow, that's unique, very unique. And I know that in modeling agencies, they look for uniqueness in people, right? I know of this particular model. She's very, very, very beautiful. She has like freckles all over her body, completely freckles, and she has a big contract. I've seen her in various ads. So do you see that your new reality of what you're faced with um, somehow attracts or are very attractive to some modeling agency that looking for that uniqueness in their model?
Not here in South Africa. I haven't met any agency that is interested in partnering with me. But I've only met a few brands, like your clothing brands, bag brands, that are they're always willing to partner with me in terms of me promoting the garments, the bags, and being a brand ambassador. But in terms of modeling agencies themselves, no, I haven't been exposed to them. I'd like to believe.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd still like to believe that, in as much as you're saying you've seen a South African or an African modeler who look different with freckles on their face, well, I think they've only gone as far as that in terms of freckles, vitiligo, and like your dark complexion modelers. But they haven't, South African brands and modeling agencies, they haven't gone as far as accepting people with scarred bodies. I have never seen a scarred body model on a magazine besides me. I've never seen one on TV. People are still shocked to see me wearing a crop top or wearing a bikini on a beach. It's still a big issue to a whole lot of people. So I even mentioned there was a brand, I think it's an Italian brand, that they call themselves Fanta Body. They approached me and asked if I could wear one of the clothing label and then do a photo shoot. I was so excited, but COVID-19 started and we couldn't do a photo shoot. So I'd say check it out, the Fanta Body page. And I was so excited to find a community of people who looked like me on that page. But and I wish that South Africa had a community like that of people who look different.
Yeah. Yeah. Andrea saying so the stereotypes still exist over there. What is considered beauty? I think the Western this side. I mean, I've seen them, and they went as far as kind of changing the whole term as what other parts of
Beauty.
the world deem as beauty, what beauty is. And I've seen
Yeah.
them take more risk in terms of different style and different types of body shape and size. Even sometimes people used to say, well, beauty is all these skinny models, like very, very skinny models, and that's what it is. But no, I'm seeing plus size models, I'm seeing freckle face models, I'm seeing all of that stuff. So I mean, South Africa is making that turn into accepting that, but I think pretty soon, and even if not in South Africa, you're a global brand. This video that we're watching right here is 3 million plus views on YouTube. So you are almost like a face out there already. So if not yet, major US and European designers might soon be knocking on your door, because I just see uniqueness, and I just love the uniqueness. And you know what I love about you as well? You're very you speak very well, and you have a very good accent, and you carry yourself properly. You know what I mean? You have all the different, you check all the boxes. You check all the boxes. Yeah, you do.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So it'll be easy. I think it'll be easy. I would endorse you. I would endorse companies who are looking for models uniqueness to check out my South African friend Nelly. Check her out. Check her out.
Yeah.
Give her a check. Give contact. I'll be the middleman and just direct them to you, because I definitely think I see a lot of brightness in your future. And the other thing that I want to talk to you about is for people who are going through all this stresses in their life, right? Whether it be, you know, body shape or whatever it is, how do you talk to them in dealing with their situation on a daily basis? What advice you have for them?
Um, I'll say that um, at our core, we all want to be. We all want. This is a fact. We all want to be loved. We all want to be valued. We want to be accepted. We all want to be of significant value and be respected, to be known, to be seen, to be recognized, to be appreciated. We all want these things. And someone who've gone through the similar path that I've gone over the years, whether emotional, physical, um, you want these things. You want to be respected. You want to be loved. You want to be of value. And what I could say is that if if you want all these things, it needs to start with you first. Giving yourself these things. You love to be loved. You respect yourself to be respected by others. You value yourself to be valued by the world. And most importantly, I think it starts with being kind and gentle towards your situation. Whatever the situation, the first step is to be kind and gentle. And it's only then that you will start to understand that, wait, this and this has happened to me. Let me take it easy on myself and have a clear mind on what had happened to you. So yeah, I'll say that it starts with you. Love yourself to be loved back. Respect yourself. See yourself as someone who matters, because most, like, we often think that we're not important, that we do not matter. We actually do matter, scars or no scars. Whether you feel like you are being butchered by those scars, you still matter, not to anyone but to yourself. The fact that you exist, it means that there's still a purpose for you. So start looking for the purpose, search for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are a great source of inspiration, Nelly. And I really appreciate you taking the time out from your sleep time, because it's almost 1 o'clock in South Africa
Yeah.
right now. But you stood up with us and looking gorgeous as ever, get all nice dressed up, and then you gotta take it off and then go to bed. I know you're not going out to no party or anything like that, but you took the time, and I appreciate that. And I say thank you so much. I think the young men and women that watching right now and have problems with how their body look, and it may not be extreme, it may not be as
Mm.
extreme either, but they just don't like certain things. Their breast too big, or their one leg is too big, all these little things, and it stress them, and it becomes, they just go through a period of uh,
Yeah.
depression. And happy that they could see some you speaking on it with a scar, and you have all the confidence in the world. So I say thank you, and I really appreciate you. Any last word you want to give out there to our viewers that's watching right now? The floor is all yours.
Um, any last words? I'll say be yourself, be authentic, share your story. Don't be afraid to cry. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to laugh, laugh. If you want to scream, scream. Just go through the process of healing and do it your way. If you feel that you deserve a pity party just for a few months, do it. It will work just fine for you. But remember not to entertain it for too long. just do it for a few months and then get up and shake it off and go back to being a star that you are.
Yeah, couldn't say it better
Yeah.
myself. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nelly. And we'll
Thank
keep
you
in
for
touch.
having me. Thank you so much
Absolutely.
for having me.
And my next trip, myself and Lois JJ, our next trip to South Africa. Hopefully, you could host us.
Of course, any day I'll be available for you guys. I'm a lover of travel myself, so I would definitely would love to host you guys.
All right, all right, all right. Lynn, we gotta pack your bags. Lacey J said that she's coming. The whole ride along crew is coming along. And we go in South Africa. We're really gonna have to plan this thing out and make a trip. Um, we have to go back to the
Definitely.
motherland. We gotta go back to the motherland. Hold on, I'm gonna give 2 more minutes, right, and keep the line open. 2 more minutes,
Okay.
guys. If anybody wants to call in real quick, all right, let me open up the lines real quick. 718-701-5720. Even if you just want to say hi to Nelly, give us a call right now. I'm going to keep the lines open for a little bit longer so you guys could do that. 718-701-5720. A strong, strong, strong queen from the motherland. Very, very, it's her amazing story shared right here on Ride Along. So, right, call in 718-701-5720. I'll give you guys 2 minutes. Wait, look, everybody say they're coming to Africa. We have Chemo Frederick, Chemo coming to Africa too. Look, Lydia James coming to Africa too. Everybody coming to Africa. Andrea coming to Africa too. Everybody going to Africa. We gotta make that trip. We gotta make that trip. Again, guys, I'm gonna keep the phone lines open 1 more minute. If you want to say hi or anything to Nelly, 718-701-5720 before we wrap it up. All right. All right. Okay. All right. Your time has expired, guys. We gotta go. Gotta wrap it up. Nelly, we're gonna keep in touch, my dear, and
Thank you.
we'll continue to follow your progress.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, guys. So there you go. Nelly. Yeah.
You gotta be firm in this time, son.
Yeah, it's true enough. Some people have like little freckles, and I think freckles are cute, by the way, very cute, and they don't like it. You know what I mean? Little things. Lydia says she have a. Where you are, Lydia? You have both foot. Listen, love yourself however you are. You are beautiful. You are beautiful and unique. There's nobody else like you. No matter what it is, you're special. And if Nelly didn't convince herself of that, as we were speaking in the back, she was telling me, all of the depression that she was going through. If she didn't come back and keep convincing herself, yeah, I am special, I am beautiful, she probably wouldn't have all this confidence to wear all the crop top and that's me. I love me. Yeah? She's wearing the crop top and she's showing it off. That is her. Big up yourself. Lacey J, we're gonna pass on the contact information to you or anybody else that wants to contact her. All right? We're gonna do that. Okay, guys, we gotta go, but I gotta tell you about this before I go. That I got 58242. Now, again, if you want to become an LPN, they have classes and it starts pretty damn soon. All right, so check that out. Also, we're telling you about the Mother's Day. Where is it? The Mother's Day concert, virtual concert. Mother's Day virtual concert. That is it right there. Mother's Day virtual concert. That's this coming Sunday. Guys. the Mother's Day virtual concert. You guys cannot afford to miss this concert. If you are going to be in New York and you want to be a part of the social distancing audience, yeah, you could do that. Only 50 people in the venue, but a whole ton of you guys could be on Zoom, virtual front row seat. You get a chance to interact with the artists. And yeah, you could be on camera too. That this is going to be carried on GBN, Ridealong, tons of other platforms worldwide. The virtual Mother's Day show, performance by Dash, Mr. Golden, Anselm Douglas, Inspector Elimus Gilbert, Inspector Tamara Songbird, and a special guest, also Quaco and Val Adams. It's all acoustic. It's all unplugged, guys. Unplugged performance. It's going to be really, really nice. If you want tickets, you can get tickets at Riders Mother's Day Live.eventbrite.com, or just contact us and we'll hook you up. All right. Peace out, everybody. I'll catch you guys again tomorrow. Thank you all of our sponsors. And guys, go ahead and become a supporter. Become a supporter. And if you see that thing at the bottom there where you could give us stars, just press it and give us some stars. Give us some stars. All right. It's all love. It's all love. Oh, that little blue button right, a supporter. Click and become a supporter of Ridealong Report. We appreciate you. See you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Nobody can hold me, man. Nobody can change my energy.
This Mother's Day will be X New York presents the epic Mother's Day Celebration Virtual Concert 2021, featuring a full acoustic performance by the Hitman, the Veteran, Grenada's greatest entertainer, Elimus Gilbert, Val Adams, Quacko.
Are you fed up of your mask? Introducing the Fashion Fully Protected. Get the Fashion Shield now. Call
Participant option. Thinking of streaming your